Hello everyone. Welcome. Hello, good morning everyone. As you can see, I am not in my normal studio. I am actually traveling. I am in Grawin, New South Wales, and that is the home of opal mining. So I actually matched the wall today. That's kind of funny. If you're here with me right now, please say hello in the chat. And if you're tuning in later, let me know that you stopped by in the comments. I want to apologize, Romy. I think I deleted one of your comments already. Don't know what happened there, so apologies for that. I did see you. Hello, Tanya. Tanya's here. Perfect. All right, everyone. So we are on to the next episode of the ABCs of Packing Light. Oh my goodness, we're on episode M. So what the ABCs is, if you're new here, is each week I choose a new word from the next letter of the alphabet, and then we talk about it in terms of packing light, okay? Now, can everyone hear me all right? Is everything good? Before I go any further, just want to make sure. I'm in a new setup. So yeah, lots of fun setting up in a new place. Okay, once again, my name is Brooke as well. I am the founder of Her Packing List, a site that helps women to pack light and travel confidently. All right, we're all good. Okay, Romy and Tanya, thank you. All right, perfect. Okay, are we ready? I'm actually streaming off my phone as well, so this is, if anything goes wrong, that's probably why. Okay, now on to today's word. Now, there were so many good possibilities, so many choices. It was really hard to choose one word from the letter M. I went with something a bit more obvious, but I hope to talk about it, maybe touch on some things that aren't as obvious, okay? So today's word, let me get my slide up, is money. Oh man, money. Episode M is all about money. Don't you love talking about money? All right. Now, I actually do. I love talking about money when it comes to packing light, because packing light, it saves you money, and we will go over that. We will go over all of that, all right? But first, before I do, I want you to tap into a feeling, okay? I want you to tap into a feeling that I'm sure you all know and love, and I want you to remember right now how good it feels when you snag a crazy deal, like when you get a really awesome bargain. Like, you know the feeling, right? The feeling like when you go to Target and you come out with a whole bag of goodies and it costs less than one of the things would have cost full price. You scored a deal. Or when you get like a 30% off coupon for your favorite clothing store and you get to apply it to things that are already on sale. You know the feeling. It's like a feeling like you won. And that, guess what? That's the same kind of feeling that you get when you pack super light, okay? So when you pack light, you get this awesome satisfaction from knowing that you didn't have to pay for your luggage, maybe when other people did. Or you get this feeling, you get to feel like you scored a sweet deal that others didn't. It's like you won. You won the game. Like, that is the feeling you can have when you pack light. Do you know that feeling? If you know that feeling, if you love that feeling, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments, okay? We all love that feeling. We all love winning, all right? Now, this feeling of when you're packing light and you don't have to necessarily pay for luggage is exacerbated when you get to walk past all of the people who are standing in the carousel for their luggage. Romy says, absolutely, I felt that when I traveled to CA. Was that California? Yeah. Yes, and I was actually going to say, it is that same feeling you get when you are at the LAX airport You've come in on an international flight and everyone else has to recheck their luggage before they go onto their domestic flight. Well, you just get to walk past and you don't have to worry about all that drama. That's the feeling I got when I went through LAX when I went to the States recently. All right. It is an awesome feeling, right? So you don't necessarily have to pay for luggage on some flights, and then you get to save time and energy and stress, and that is the same sort of feeling like you got extra money in your pocket, right? Time is like the same as money a lot of times. It's probably going to be some weird noises happening occasionally outside, just so you know. All right. Yes. So I love that. I love that feeling like you won. And packing light can definitely make you feel like that, especially because you are probably going to end up saving a lot of money. All right. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about money. You probably know a lot of these things, but maybe there's a couple you haven't really considered. You haven't really factored into this whole equation, this whole scenario. Yeah. Okay, so packing light saves you money because you might get to bypass those luggage fees, those baggage fees, right? Now, packing in a smaller bag means that you have to buy fewer things to put in that bag, right? So what you considered before to be a standard amount of travel-friendly items that you need to bring with you when you go away, it's actually probably a lot less. So while, a lot of people, they worry, they stress about packing lighter because they feel like they have to go and buy like a bunch of new gear, it's really, they're investing in fewer pieces because you technically do need a lot less than you think that you do. So while you might feel like you're putting out more money, maybe it's not as much money as you would be spending on getting new outfits together, multiple new outfits together for, any trip, right? So think about that. Hello, Linda. Good to see you stop by. Thanks for tuning in. All right. A smaller bag also means that you have less incentive, or you have less incentive. You have more incentive to avoid buying souvenirs. All right. And a lot of times, see, this is a good thing because a lot of those souvenirs, they do tend to get ignored when you're back home, right? So it'll just help you to make wiser decisions on the things that you do spend money on when you're actually traveling. All right. I've done the thing over the years in the past where I have bought the little trinkets, I've bought the little things, and what happens to them? They end up in a box under the bed, in the closet. They're maybe on display for a short while, and then they're pushed aside. So now I don't feel the urge to buy those things that are kind of not important, and because I literally don't have the space to put them in my bag, and that's helpful. You save money. You can save money because you don't have to rent a locker at certain places. Maybe you're waiting for your train and you want to go out and see things, so you have to rent a locker to store your bag in for several hours. Whereas if you have a tiny bag, you might just be able to take it with you. You won't have to tip as many people to help you with your luggage, right? I know these probably seem like small expenses, but over your lifetime of travel, it adds up. It adds up. That extra money could be, an extra cup of gelato and a coffee. It's like you can enjoy that money in different ways if you're not spending it on managing your bags, okay? And then you factor in, when you buy smaller luggage itself, it tends to cost less than the larger model. So you save a little money right then and there. You need to pay less often for transport that you would buy just because you have so much luggage, right? You get to practice your creative problem-solving skills. Like you learn how to manage more situations when you're out on your trip, right? And you can learn how to manage those things with less. And that will probably lead you to, over time, feeling like you need to buy less stuff, either before your trip or on your trip, because you've discovered that you're probably okay with something you already have, right? I love that point. It's a really big one. It's a really big takeaway from packing light. And if any of these are resonating with you, just like give me a shout in the chat. I'd love to know. All right. You can take cheaper flights. All right. So, you know, a lot of those budget airlines, they are charging for even carry-on luggage. So if you can pack light and you can put that bag underneath the seat in front of you, you are going to save money. You take the cheaper flight and you don't have to end up paying just the same amount as you would on any other flight because you don't have to pay for luggage. Now, you probably will feel less physical strain on your body when you pack light. Okay, this is something that we often overlook, but luggage injuries, they are real. They are real. Strain, back pain, neck pain. If you do not have to deal with super heavy luggage, you might not have to see a doctor or a physio, and that's going to save you a lot of money over time, and it's just going to make you have a better travel experience, okay? So remember that. That's a big one too. When you have lighter luggage, your luggage might not be as stressed. You might not be cramming it as full like you might be doing. If you've ever done the thing where you have had to sit on your suitcase to get the zipper to go around, you will know that is putting a lot of strain on that piece of luggage, and that means it could probably be damaged easier over time, and you'll have to replace more luggage because of that. So if you pack lighter, you have a lighter bag overall, you will most likely maybe have a longer lifespan of your luggage, meaning less money spent on baggage. Okay? Unless you're someone who is addicted to buying bags, and I know a lot of you are. Yeah. Okay, so my favorite way that packing light saves you money, hold on a second. Okay, so my favorite way that packing light saves you money is when you learn to travel with less. You may also learn to live with less. You'll buy less stuff that just fills your home. Okay, you'll appreciate what you do, and you'll what you do have, and then you'll appreciate what you do invest in more, okay? So you will end up spending less money on many things when you have gone on this whole packing light journey and you have learned to downsize and travel with less. That has always been something that I've noticed since my early days of travel. It's that when I go away, I am literally taking a fraction of my belongings with me, and I am usually fine. And then I come home and then I have all this extra stuff, and it just seems like completely unnecessary. And then when you're able to get down super, super tiny, that changes so much more. So you will probably end up buying less stuff in your daily life, okay? All right, so then when you do actually save money from packing light, that allows you to maximize your travels. And that is awesome because we all want to travel more. We all want to have more money to travel and do the things that are on our bucket lists and that, bring us joy. All right, so when you get to take those cheaper flights, for example, because you don't have to worry about those luggage restrictions, you can probably take more flights throughout the year. Right? You can go on more trips, or you can do more while you're at your destination. Okay? So all the savings is going to free up tied up money that is going to, you can use in other ways while traveling or create more adventures. So that's awesome. That is awesome. We love that. Okay. All right, so those are, several ways that packing light saves you money. If there were any that kind of surprised you or that you weren't thinking about, let me know in the chat or the comments. Would love to know what resonated with you. Now, before I wrap this up though, I kind of want to talk about physical money. right? So when you're packing light, it's not just about saving money. I mean, that is a big thing. That's what I love. But you also think about how you can carry money differently. Like, how do you pack it? How do you hide it? How do you separate your money when you pack so little, right? Or does it matter because you have more control over your belongings? So when you have smaller luggage, that it's not really that much of a concern. So something to think about. But when you're trying to pack light, and you can think about using like your credit cards or your mobile apps to pay for things, because that saves space in your luggage or your handbag or your day bag that would be taken up from cash. But not just cash, it's like the change that you keep collecting, right? That's the problem I find when I'm using cash. It's not the bills, it's not the notes, it is the change. And that is the frustrating thing, because then you have to figure out, well, I need to have some sort of like wallet that has like a coin pouch, and I need to be able to access it and pack it in a certain way. So that's something else to consider. Like, I'm a big proponent of using like cards when I can, to kind of like lessen that like worry of having the physical cash on you. Now, there's going to be some places where you have to have cash. All right. That is like just something that you have to have, right? So when you have to deal with cash, it might be good to think about investing in like the most minimal sort of like wallet experience that you can have for your cash. It might be good to think about things like a hidden pocket scarf or a money belt. You don't necessarily have to have like an entirely second handbag, like a big handbag necessarily, because you have to carry cash. You can carry it in different ways that might still mean that you are more hands-free. You have less stuff hanging off of you. Because when you have like a backpack on and then you have like a crossbody handbag, like, it might feel a bit bulky at times. So you can lessen that bulk by trying to carry your cash in other ways. And then also by, maybe a hidden pocket scarf or a money belt or something like that. It's just safer overall, right? And then when you do get like the extra change and the extra notes or bills, and you're moving around a lot, maybe on your trip, you could think about like giving larger tips, gratuity for help throughout, if you feel like it, that's always nice. And you can always think about buying useful souvenirs like jewelry, right? Things that are easily packable. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that aspect as well, right? Okay, so money. I could probably go down that road for quite a while, but we won't. We'll keep this one short and sweet. Tanya, I have noticed that too, the less you have at home, the less you want to travel less you want to travel with, and vice versa. Yes, so going back to the point of when you pack light, you want less at home and you want less when you travel. Yeah, love that. Glad you have noticed that as well. All right, where are we at time-wise? Perfect, 20 minutes. Perfect. Okay, friends. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up today. I am very thankful that the internet has stayed with me. Awesome. So that is it for today. That is episode M of the ABCs of Packing Light. Our word for today was money. Money. All right. So there's a lot to think about when talking about money and packing light. And mostly what I like to emphasize is that it can save you wads of cash. All right, those little expenses for luggage fees and all the other things, they will add up over time to an extra flight, an extra trip, okay? So just remember that is a very good motivator for lightening the load of your bag. All right, so Linda's asking, Brooke, could you give us the name of this scarf company? So I like Speakeasy Travel Supply, the Speakeasy Travel Scarves. They are very adorable, cute, handmade by travelers for travelers, okay? So definitely check them out. I've been recommending them for years. Okay. All right, friends, if you liked what you heard today, if this resonated with you, please like this video and leave me a comment letting me know. And be sure to tune in next week for episode N. It'll be the same time, same place, and I'm also going to be here in this same space as well. All right, so I'm Brooke from Her Packing List, and I want you to reach your packing light goals. Be sure to check out herpackinglist.com for more great packing light tips and advice. Take care, everyone, and have a lovely evening or a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Bye now.